This June, a federal appeals court will hear arguments on a state law that allows undocumented students to pay in-state tuition at Texas public colleges. The announcement came earlier this week.
And lawmakers passed the DREAM Act 25 years ago. The law granted students who lived in Texas for at least 3 years and graduated from a Texas high school access to in-state tuition regardless of citizenship status. But last year, a Texas judge blocked the law after the Department of Justice sued Texas. State Capitol correspondent Adam Schwager caught up with an unlikely group of advocates who are trying to get the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals on their side.
It's a typical day at the UT Sigma Lambda Beta House. Foosball, Fortnite, and updates on the pending Texas DREAM Act lawsuit.
We're doing something that's for the better of the community, so.
The historically Latino fraternity's UT Austin chapter has been fighting for the law.
We honestly never expected it to go as far as it has gone.
Their advocacy work starting last spring when the Texas Senate Education Committee voted to repeal it.
If we had a secure border this whole time, this wouldn't be an issue.
There to voice their opposition, SLB's Marco Julian Gonzalez and Latina sorority Kappa Delta Chi's Amy Don Juan.
These aren't Tren de Agua gang members. These are students who have merit and work to get into some of the best universities at the state of Texas.
The Speaker's desk is clear.
When the bill died and never made it to the House floor, relief.
And just for a second, we thought that our friends and loved ones would be okay, but then
A Department of Justice lawsuit against Texas just 2 days after the legislative session ended. They alleged the law unconstitutionally discriminated against U.S. citizens. Their argument similar to one made by the repeal's author, Mays Middleton.
And if they're not going to go to school anymore, our citizen constituents are going to take that spot because they don't have any empty seats.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton declined to defend the law in a federal suit, so a district judge deemed the DREAM Act invalid.
So the idea that this happened so quickly in a span of 6 hours, it just felt very undemocratic.
The students realized they needed to do something, both for the alumni who benefited from the DREAM Act and for potential incoming students who could have been members but had to unenroll when their tuition spiked.
This would have been their freshman year, and we would have tried to find them and recruit them and, grow a brotherhood.
One problem?
We're not lawyers, we're students.
So they teamed up with lawyers at Texas Immigration Law Council to join this amicus brief along with the UT chapter of historically-Latino sorority Sigma Lambda Gamma.
We felt that it was very important to have students be represented because at the end of the day, it's their dream, their future, their education that is being taken away from them.
And while these brothers still have their college dream,
Yeah, we like to have fun.
they're standing up for those who don't. In Austin, I'm Adam Schwager.
The case over the Texas DREAM Act is one of several the Trump administration has brought against similar in-state tuition laws across the country.
In late March, a federal judge dismissed the DOJ's attempt to end a similar law in Minnesota. However, the DOJ argued Minnesota's law is different. It requires in-state high school attendance, but not in-state residency. The Justice Department says a residency-based benefit offered to a non-citizen must also be available to all U.S. citizens, regardless of which state they live in. Now, digging deeper into the number of people affected, according to the American Immigration Council, in 2021, more than 20,000 students used the Texas DREAM Act to pursue higher education. Governor Rick Perry signed the act into law in 2001. At the time, he said he supported the legislation because it would give people the chance to contribute to society and work towards citizenship. Years later, after his failed presidential campaign in 2012, Perry still defended the law but called on the federal government to secure the border.